for the mailbag, dude?
Yeah, we weren't planning on doing mailbag, but we got some questions organically. So
mailbag.
Ocean asks, in your opinion, which cards in Wild or Standard need to be nerfed?
Oh my.
I don't have much opinions on this right now.
I can't really touch on Standard because while I have been playing it a little bit, I haven't been playing it enough to really have a take I'm confident with. But in Wild, easily some even shaman cards. I think maybe either Jam Session or the 0 mana buff cards make them 1 mana. Kill the deck, please.
Even shaman.
Yeah. Just make Totemic Might, Totemic Surge 1 mana. Boom, boom, boom.
That would kill that deck. Yeah, I mean, Standard's probably at the point where if it's getting nerfs, it's for the sake of variety. So you probably kill, or you don't kill. You slightly weaken Treant Druid, maybe. You slightly weaken Velorak. You probably slightly weaken something in Druid.
I think you can make Reno 9 mana. I think
you could make Reno 9 mana. Reno's kind of the nuts. He can only be
or make it empty the entire board.
Yeah, could make it empty the entire board. It's one of those cards where you don't nerf it until it's no longer the current flavor of the month. It's like Renathal, it'll get nerfed next expansion. But yeah, it totally would be fair to kill Reno. Or nerf Reno.
It's really, really strong.
You can tell I've been playing Hearthstone for 10 years. I keep saying kill. We don't need to war song every card anymore. We can just tone it back a bit.
I mean, most of the time.
Most of the time, you don't need to read it.
Most of the time.
0 mana, give your totems, make them your totems cost 1 more for the rest of the game. Gosh, imagine give your charge totems +1 attack. They'd brick it somehow. It'd be nuts. They got the new Divine Shield, Moonfury Excavate. They'd figure it out, dude. They'd figure that out. Yeah, Standard is probably around there.
I'm not playing much Hearthstone at the moment, but just for old time's sake, we should nerf Mechathoon because screw that card.
Mechathoon.
It's not even playable anymore.
Let's make it less playable.
It's so not good. Oh my god.
Even Mechathoon Warlock, it doesn't even work anymore. Cataclysm's gone.
Yeah, good. Warlock
Mechathoon sucks.
Mechathoon's pretty dead. I'll be honest.
Maybe they revert tome tampering and I don't know. Figure something out.
I mean, unironically,
we don't need to think about it because we're nerfing Mechathoon. It's fine.
Oh yeah, true.
I'd love if something in Reno Shaman also got hit. I mean, I think Shutterwalk at this point is just ruined the mode for too long, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe you leave it forever. But it's even Shaman, Reno Shaman. Maybe you tone back Aggro Priest or Reno Druid or Quest Mage. It's just like hard to it's hard to pick something, right? You just kind of pick your poison in Wild. There's a lot of good, strong stuff.
Cold Storage could be 2 mana.
I'd be all right with that. You can't really nerf standard cards if you're not nerfing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Like a lot of the cards I want nerfed are standard cards, but I want them nerfed for Wild, so that's just like kind of a non-starter.
Probably ban them until they rotate and then nerf them.
Yeah.
I would love if something.
But they're not going to ban cards just because they're good in even Shaman.
That's valid.
Hey, they've done it before. Let's make Open the Waygate 12 spells. We've done it once. We've upped it. Let's up it again.
And it'll and then they'll print a new card that makes it still trivial.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Give us some time. But yeah, there's just like a lot in the format that are all kind of relatively the same tier, other than like the Shamans and maybe Reno or Aggro Priest and even Warrior. But it's kind of pick your poison for what you want killed. I love those suggestions though. Cold Storage is obnoxious. When a deck good like that is that good and can make duplicative cards that easily, it's pretty irritating.
I can't wait to Cold Storage the new brand from someone playing Warrior. Yeah. That'll be so
cool.
Shutterwalk, yeah.
Yeah, if that card's good, that'll be obnoxious for sure.
All right. Next question. Top 3 decks that each of you are playing Wild or Standard.
Well, like I said, I hit Diamond 5 in Standard for the first time today. I did it with Dragon Druid. The deck is like, I understand why a lot of people find it like boring or whatever, but I like how simple it is. You just play lots and lots of stats and win the game.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Mid-range
I'm a fan of that.
And bigger and bigger minions.
Yep. And speaking of bigger minions, Automaton Priest in Standard as well.
Nice.
Actually, like playable now. In Wilds, I mean, I've been climbing, so it's mostly like Reno decks, Reno Shaman, Reno Druid. Plague Death Knight is still the Swagwar special, and
Okay.
Cream Puff, who doesn't really play that much anymore, still made a deck this month that's like it does the Velorock stuff, some of the Thief stuff, but it's Kingsbane Rogue.
Oh, nice.
It's like Thief Kingsbane Rogue, which it's a lot of fun. I like slower Kingsbane decks.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, if I was going to play Automaton Priest in Standard, I don't care what the popular list is. I'm putting a Crazed Alchemist in that bad boy. I'm just as too good.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would absolutely stick a Crazed Alchemist in that boy.
For me, I don't play Standard, so I don't have any opinions there. Wild, definitely some Holy Wrath Pally, even though I know that's probably outdated.
No, it's still top 5.
Is it still good? Okay.
Yeah,
even Warrior for sure. Maybe even some cute Warrior.
This man's playing good decks. Well, okay, not that one, but he
Not that
normally doesn't play any good decks.
Yeah. Well, they're
pretty
decks
good.
they're decks that have been playing for forever. So
They just finally became good.
They just finally became good. You know, like you play something long enough, and the meta catches up with you. I'm just ahead. I'm just
sure.
Good.
Well, Magma Rager posted Cute Warrior, so there's like a 75% chance it sucks. No disrespect to Magma Rager, but like his decks are cool. But like I tried his Excavate Warrior a couple weeks ago, and oh god. Well, I mean, lost 3 games in a row. I was like,
the dude named himself after Magma Rager. You can't expect the win rates to be good.
Well, yeah.
Magma Rager is pretty famous for being the worst Hearthstone card to like exist.
Yeah.
It was the worst Hearthstone card to exist in 2014 by deck win rate.
Sure. Yeah.
Just the absolute worst card.
Do you have anything to add there, Jordan?
Yeah, dude. So first of all, Automaton Priest, Crazed Alchemist is something I never expected to hear. Many people don't know this, but the way Crazed Alchemist and Automaton work in Priest is the Automaton gets the aura buff. So if you played like 6 Automatons, you'll add 6/6 to your 1/2, so it'll be a 7/8. If you then Automaton it, it sets the stats to 8/7. Alchemist it, sorry. And it sets the stats to 8/7, but those are the base stats. So then the 6/6 buff goes back on top. So it's actually a 14.
Basically
13?
doubles the stats.
Basically doubles the stats.
So in Wild, you play like Confuse. And
you play Confuse, yeah, because you have better cards. But in Standard, you'd have to use Alchemist.
Yeah, they might not have caught on to it yet.
Most people don't know that does exist.
Yeah.
It seemed to surprise Raren on that lethal
he did not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be other cards with that effect would be certainly better. I don't know that Standard has them, that was all I'm saying. Sure. But yeah, so Wild, I played some Odd Hunter recently to test it out before we got new mini set cards, kind of see how bad it was now. My favorite deck of all time and still currently is Relic Demon Hunter. I've been playing that in Wild, like a Wild build. It's like a mix of Relic with a mix of like the Kurtrus Deadeye combo with a mix of Jace and good fell spells, and then you get to 30 good cards. I also stuck in a Street Trickster and some Unleash Fells to just like never lose to aggro.
Yeah.
Sometimes, less often. And you just stick some good cards in there. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You learned about that literally from the Ryan video. Yeah, for those who don't know, I made lethal puzzles for Ryan to solve for a YouTube video.
And I helped.
And the pod did help. And the video is his worst performing video in like a really long time, which is really on brand for me because everything I make seems to be poorly. Poured my heart and soul into it. Spent weeks making it. Flopped. That's relatable. That is a relatable feeling right there.
It's fine. It was just
because you don't have me on enough.
That's true. It was just a ploy for me and Jordan to spend some time like theory crafting some cool lethal puzzles.
Something like that. Yeah. He hasn't had a video do that bad that wasn't Hearthstone related in a long time, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's hard to watch if you're not super actively watching. Like, sure. I get it, but it's really funny that even the video, like, make for him is pretty bad. Sure. So it's just so tragic.
I think so. For this, which legendary cards do you like the most, and which do you hate the most? I'm not gonna jump into like specifics in particular, but like the cards that let you do flashy things but aren't particularly good. Love those. Odin might be the exception to like the not particularly good thing. I love Odin as well because it does a flashy thing, but it does a flashy thing in a way that I approve of, which is slow-ish decks getting a win condition. So like that's after my own heart. And then hate the most. This goes back to the Mechathune thing. I hate cards that invalidate my whole game plan, which Mecha'thun is one of those as an odd warrior stand.
Get Dirty
So
Rat out of there.
yeah,
It's not legendary, but that's how I feel about Theotar. Oh my gosh, most hated
Oh
easily.
god.
Theotar,
Yeah, that's up there
Theotar
for
fits
me.
that build. Mutanus,
Mutanus, easy. Shutterwalk, easy. Nice.
Anything
lit.
that invalidates your game plan, whatever your game
So
plan
real.
is unless your
Yep.
game plan is like super vague, like go face or like like
people used to hate
value.
Reno for that reason.
That's
Validated their
fair.
game plan.
That's fair, but that would be my answer. So you can kind of, for me personally, I play slow decks, so I hate anything that like punishes me for playing slow. So basically, like combos and value killers or whatever.
Sure. My favorite legendary card in theory is Whizbang and Zale. I don't use them because I have cards, but like the principle of it's super cool. I wish those cards were like good, popular, existed around. I think that's a fantastic idea. Otherwise, though, yes, Theotar easily top 3 most hated card. I would not be upset if that card costed 10 mana. Wouldn't bother me. Actually, it would, because people would play it, and then I'd have to deal with Theotar being played at any amount of mana, which upsets me. I'm kind of okay with Shutterwalk in the same way that I like Jace. It's like the Yogg, we like plays all these cards, and it's like a fun show. But you have to like actually play the cards first, which I kind of like. So like Jace is something I like, but I don't like Shutterwalk because of the amount of like gross tech that exists. But it's not all Shutterwalk's fault, right? It's the gross tech's fault. So it is what it is. I definitely don't like Theotar Mutanus. I'm trying to think Renathal, if that's most loved or most hated, or if I'm just kind of whatever on it now. I used to not like it because it slowed the games down, but it didn't slow them down in a meaningful way. It just meant that my opponents had more garbage tech and more time to play their garbage tech, and that upset me greatly. But I think otherwise, I wouldn't care enough to put it in either side. Yeah. What other legendaries am I a big fan of? That's a great question. I like Big Dragon.
Your cam's out.
Yeah. It's because his daughter ran in the background.
Oh, okay.
We are looking at like old gods were cool. I like Raid Boss Onyxia type a lot. It's like very fair but very powerful. I like Raid Boss Onyxia. That's a good card. It's one of those cards. It just like doesn't end the game, but like it's like, okay, that card was kind of nuts. Didn't mind spending my whole turn on that. That was fun. I think I like hero cards sometimes, but I usually like the hero powers more than the card, so that's kind of hard to count. But yeah, the most commonly played legendary certainly wouldn't be my favorite because you'd have like Patches in that list, and I don't really care. I mean, I play Patches because he's good, not because he's like, that is so sick and cool. Look at that one I just made. I'm like, who cares? No one's ever been like, man, look at that one, dude. It's popping on my deck. That's sick. Yeah, beyond like the first week. It's like no one said that. Kazakus was a lot of fun back in the day. Didn't mind that one. It's like ad generation, but it's like in a way that like you had agency over. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I think those probably cut it for my favorites. I don't mind me some Mordresh FireEye, similar to Onyxia. It's like a big thing that could end the game though, but it's pretty sick.
Even Mage was really cool.
Yeah,
I miss it.
I like flashy legendaries for sure. They're fun. I'm glad that the Titans and Colossals are a good success because it's letting us play like big cards again in a meaningful way, which is super cool. And yeah, I think that does it for me in that question. Should we wrap up?
Whoa! I didn't get a chance to answer.
Wag didn't go. Oh my goodness.
What am I doing?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, no.
So I love any card that has the text "destroy the enemy hero" on it. So I'm like the opposite of a pod. Mecha'thun is easily my favorite legendary.
I did love it.
I played a ton when I was a standard only player. I played it a ton when I was a wild only player. It's just
is Mecha'thun the reason you switched from standard to wild? Did it bring you with you?
No, because it was still in standard at the time. I think the Raven was still standard legal. But it was the Uther Death Knight, so almost.
Close.
It's another destroy the enemy hero.
Really bad version.
That
that's
card
a bad version.
One of my favorite.
Okay with it. I like that.
Jungle Giants is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've enjoyed some quests for sure.
They're kind of toxic, but I do like cards like Keliseth, where like if you draw it and play it on 2, like it's just
fun
like
game. For sure.
It's a fun game. I like it when I play those cards.
Of course.
Those are cool.
Naturally.
And least favorite, Raid the Docks is probably my all-time least favorite legendary. As
Greymane when it's
anyone who follows my Twitter might know.
Throwback at this point.
Spent about a
Crazy.
month complaining. Oh, and Demon Seed. I guess I really hated the quest lines.
Understandable.
Except for Seek Guidance. Destroy the enemy hero. It's bad though. And Sage, the Secret Mage legendary. I hate Secret Mage. B, it's just sad that Alunith got power crept because that was like one of the best cards in the game, in my opinion, at the time until Sage came out. And I know I'm missing some stuff, but yeah, that's what I have off the top of my head.
Cool.
I see.
We got one more.
There you go.
Well, right now, I'm like the only person in the world who really likes Starfield.
The last
I have like
survivor.
10 hours of playtime in it. Big fan. Big fan. There's an indie game called Shadows of Doubt that I've been having a lot of fun with. I'm trying to think of upcoming games. I can't really think of anything that was recently announced. Shoot, there was one more game. Oh, right. Yeah. Fortnite. Been playing a lot of Fortnite lately. Finally got the Peter Griffin skin. Yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. Yeah, me and the pod bought Madden 24 while it was on Steam sale.
Oh, nice.
It's decent time. I'm the kind of person who usually plays the same game for long stretches, so I don't have like a ton, but I had long stints like way back in the day in Minecraft, CSGO, Smite, before like Hearthstone became the main stint. I've had stints and I still play old school RuneScape, still play Rocket League, big long stint in that. And otherwise, I think that's really it for me in games. I'm in Madden, obviously, but I basically just play Rocket League, Hearthstone, or old school RuneScape, or maybe Minecraft, or I'm just editing YouTube videos and I'm not playing games. Yeah, I don't tend to jump on games right away. I let them marinate, and I'm pretty much exclusively a multiplayer game enjoyer. I couldn't tell you a single player game I've enjoyed. It's probably Slay the Spire is the oldest at this point.
I was gonna say, what about Slay the Spire?
And then before that, it's like Trackmania, like Nations Forever, like without going on servers. Like I mean, that's a throwback and a half.
For me, I spend all my time playing fantasy football, and if I'm not doing that, I just invented fantasy tennis, and I'm doing that with my workplace. So I'm spending a lot of time tracking stats right now for the Australian Open.
Does Twitter count as a game? I play that one a lot.
Yeah.
Only for
Making
you,
content is my favorite game for sure. I got the most hours in that.